Right, you guys ready?
ComX presents.
Alex, not yet. Lauren, what are you doing?
Making everything look sexy and chilling.
By the way, I don't want to eat anyone's thumbnails.
Thanks, Nick May, for that's super helpful. Can we just get the show going?
ComX net, is it ComX net AU? Or,
Are you ready for drinking? Drawing? What about laughing? Well, hold on to your crumpets. It's season 2 of the ComX Friday Night Drink and Draw, with your hosts Sizzle and Spedsy, and the man they call Quick, plus Australia's most attractive artists and creators, many of whom have books for sale at comx.shop. Alright Dave, you can start drawing.
Yeah, if you can make sense of it, good luck.
Welcome to episode 68, ComX Drink and Draw. Tonight's theme, The Joker. With me, fearless founder of ComX, Sizzle. Pushing the buttons for me, keeping things real. Give us a wave. On the pens, quick as lightning, Nick Cleary.
Yo.
And boy. So, you're probably wondering where Spedsy is. Don't worry, I'm not here to replace Spedsy. I don't expect you to treat me like Spedsy. I'm kind of your step Spedsy for the night. Your step Spedsy, if you like. Where is he? He left us a little video. Shane, can you play that for us?
Yes.
Yeah, right here, guys. I got your message about the show. Spedsy, come back. The show's falling apart without you. Well, unfortunately, I am in LA filming the first of 3 new live-action Devil's Toilet movies. But I will be back next week. It's a real fast turnaround. It's a bit like time is money, people. That sort of shindiggery. I do have to take this though. Steven Spielberg, how are you, brother? Jeff Bridges to voice the Devil's Toilet. No, that sounds good. But did you get my email regarding Lee Chalker? I was hoping Lee Chalker would voice a very distinctive voice. Never heard of it. He's on Drinking. Surely you've watched Drink and Draw. Friday nights, ComX. No, I'm not. I mean, I normally host it, but Peter Wilson's got my job. What? No. You want to sign the foes to a live action deal? The Devil's Toilet deal is off. Oh, well. I've made a huge mistake. Shouldn't have let Pete host the show. He's gone and taken all the opportunities now, is that? Alright, no. I'll see you. Yeah, well, Peter Wilson wins again.
That I do, indeed. I didn't find out this way, but I'm glad it worked out. So,
G'day, Gary.
we're drawing the Joker. What can be said about the Joker hasn't been said before. He is perhaps the most famous villain of all time. He has graced a number of comics throughout the years. We all know him, we all love him. Action figures, trading cards, movies. Created April 25th, 1940 by Jerry Robinson, Bill Finger, and Bob Kane. A body count of over 2,000, ranging from politicians to disabled children. He's killed them all. He loves it. It is said that when villains want to scare each other, they tell each other Joker stories. So I can't wait to see what you guys do tonight. Let's do a round table and share some Joker thoughts. Cleary, start us off.
Oh.
Right
into it. Jack Nicholson is my Joker. If I'm picking Jokers.
Lovely.
He's my guy. I don't love Heath Ledger, whatever he did with it was fine, but it's not my Joker. So that's where I stand on it.
What did Rusty say about Toowoomba, mate? Put it back up, please.
Okay.
G'day, Rusty. I'm in Mildura, mate. I used to live in Toowoomba.
So Sean, you're a diehard Batman fan. Tell us about the Joker. You must have something in store for us tonight.
Yeah. So my first when I saw Batman 1989, that's first time I saw the Joker, and Jack Nicholson. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Nicholson's popular tonight. I like that.
Yeah, because I know Heath Ledger's not bad. Like, I liked him. He
Absolutely.
felt like the Joker, but Jack Nicholson, he kind of was the Joker for me.
I know what you mean exactly.
And plus, I don't know, I might be on the minority, but I didn't like the movie, The Joker. That felt like
The Joaquin
Yeah.
Phoenix one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joaquin
very
Phoenix
divisive
one, yeah.
film, understandable.
Yeah, very young. Yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't like the joke. It was somebody who had mental illness who wears some makeup, and it wasn't like you can't say that's the Joker. Like from the
True.
if you don't have Batman in it, it doesn't make
Valid point. Valid point. I agree.
Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Mark Hamill from the animated series. He's like the kind of a definitive Joker as well. Like him
Yeah.
and Jack Nicholson.
When I read comics, I hear Mark Hamill.
Yeah.
You're
Exactly.
talking Mark Hamill, the bloke from Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Yeah, he does the voice.
Oh,
He's
right.
been voicing Joker for a long time now in all the games and
right.
animations.
Oh, I didn't know that.
There you go.
Yeah.
One of the lucky.
Sorry, Alistair, couldn't quite catch that, mate.
That he's one of the luckiest mediocre actors in history.
Very true.
Club role in 2 of the big guys was in the world. But if you see anything else, he doesn't have much of a range.
No, that's true.
Yeah. If he does voice anything else, he sounds like Joker. Even like the Skeletor in the new He-Man animated series. He sounds like Joker. And like Skeletor Joker.
Mr. Tom Tongue, your
Yeah.
thoughts on everyone's favorite Prince of time?
My partner had to sit through me raving about Mark Hamill being the best Joker as I prepped to draw for this one. I can't disagree. Mark Hamill is my Joker, which is tough because a lot of the animated Jokers are quite good.
John DiMaggio. Was pretty good.
Yeah, he was good. I even don't mind that really clowny one from the Batman series.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's good as well.
Yeah, so
And Alan Tudyk from the Harley Quinn animated.
Oh yeah.
Who's voicing him in that? Because he is really good.
He's pretty good.
That's Alan Tudyk, isn't it?
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
He's brilliant in everything, though. So.
Yeah.
Brenton, our guest of honor tonight. Very nice, quick. Brenton, guest of honor tonight. You a fan of Joker?
Yeah, oddly I am. I'm big fan. More recently, as a kid, I actually hated Joker. It's really funny. When Sizzle showed me the list, I was really surprised to see that Joker hadn't been done before. So I was Joker. But the last 20 years, there's been a lot of sort of Joker references in my life. But as a kid, I was a huge Batman fan. But I didn't really click with Joker, and I thought he was just a really dumb villain, and just never got my head around him up until fatherhood, basically. And then the last 20 years and a lot of the growing up I've done, I've actually found I relate a lot to the Joker character and Arthur Fleck rather than the billionaire playboy who parades as Batman. So he's and as a favorite, I did like Heath Ledger, but Jack Nicholson's never really. I can't. Every time I see Jack Nicholson, like my earliest memory of Jack Nicholson is the Joker with Michael Keaton. So I'd have to say he's the Joker that I can't wash out of my head. Yeah.
I was a big fan. That movie blew me away too.
Yeah.
Ledger's portrayal, totally fresh, but somehow a perfect homage.
Yeah, absolutely.
Alistair.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on the J-Man?
I don't know. I don't want to. Again. When I saw the original 1989 Batman movie, I was 17, and the Joker.
Your mic's looking a bit there, buddy.
Yeah, your mic's playing up a bit, Alistair.
Oh,
no, it's gotten worse.
Well,
Can you sign?
Can
You keep cutting out.
not coming.
Yeah. We'll come back. We're going to circle back. Chris Wood.
Yeah, the Joker. I mean, in terms of comics, I haven't read a lot of Batman, but I quite liked Snyder and Capullo's run where they did that really creepy version of the Joker, where he like cut his face off.
Yes.
I feel like that was a big jolt into making the character, I don't know, scary again, which is cool. So I always think of that. In terms of movies, I didn't think much of the Joker film. I like what Heath Ledger did. I think Jack Nicholson is probably something I watched a lot when I was a kid, so I still quite enjoy that. That might just be nostalgia, though. I haven't seen that in a while, but yeah.
I thought it'd be Heath Ledger by a mile, but no, Nicholson's taken it. I like that. Keeps me on my toes. Excellent. Brad.
Yes. Yeah, look, I hate to be the broken record here, but, 89 Batman was, I think it was so big because we just hadn't had a proper comic book movie in so long. And I think that was just when that came out, it was like, we're finally going to get a properly made, budgeted, proper blockbuster movie. And so, I remember my friend got advance tickets, and I remember going to Hoyt's to watch it, and just my dad picked me up afterwards, and he was like, how was it? And I was just like, it was absolutely amazing, but Jack Nicholson stole the show. But also the thing was, in comics, it was happening around about the same time or just before, there were some great Joker stories. And, obviously the Killing Joke was it still is just an iconic story. But also you had the death in the family, which was, where basically the Joker, kills Robin. And there was a poll, like they actually left it up to the readers back in the day, where you could vote, would Robin live or would he die? And for a minute there, it looked like he was going to get off, but there was a late flurry of Jason Todd haters that came in at the 11th hour, and that was it. So it was just the whole brutality of Joker taking to him with a crowbar was just like, oh my lord, man! Like as a kid, you're just like far out, like this next level. Yeah, there you go. There's the crowbar in, as mentioned, and so there was just so much great stuff happening around that character at around about the same time, either just before or just after it. So for me, that was kind of the golden age for it, and Jack Nicholson just mate. I enjoyed the other stuff. I agree with the Joker movie, but good movie, but not a story I needed to be told. I don't need to know who the Joker is, So, but in saying that, I appreciate the other iterations as well. You got to. Not everyone's the same character, right? So,
with a character that lasts that long, there's going to be a lot of different versions. Yeah, that's the best part about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's my take on it. But yeah.
Mr. Dye.
Yes.
Working hard there.
My first exposure to the Joker would be the TV series.
Cesar Romero?
In the 60s. I suppose that was him for a long time until... Well, he was in a Batman movie. Which one? There was the one with that you mentioned before with what's his name? The first one in the movie. Nicholson. Yeah, that's right. So I probably never thought much about Batman and the Joker at all between 1968 or something, and probably when that movie came out, whenever that was, 1980 something, was it?
That's about right.
89, yeah.
Yep.
89. So in that period there, I'd never even thought about him. So there's nothing in between. I didn't buy a Batman comic or anything. So that was it for me. And I think I did see the one with Heath Ledger. and I thought he did a pretty good job. But he was a real change of character, wasn't it? It was real. He was real manic.
Yeah.
He was really
Something that
crazy.
I think was probably needed.
Yeah.
Otherwise, because I think Nicholson, was so that role, you needed to shake it up quite a bit to differentiate.
To make an impact or something.
Absolutely. Alistair, how you got over your tech problems there?
I don't know. You tell me. Am I
Yes.
going through?
There we go. Beautiful.
Oh, lovely.
The dulcet tones of Alistair, everyone.
Yeah. So, yeah.
I thought it was Sean Connery.
Yeah, Sean Connery or so. That would have been a tour. No, when I first saw the Batman, I found it very
No,
but I wasn't expecting that.
Oh no.
The else
Go on again, mate.
Yeah, just cutting in and out. Sorry, Alistair.
Well, maybe I'll just look pretty.
You do it well.
So well, mate.
For my money, loved Heath Ledger's take on it. Not sure if it would have been as impactful without all the predecessors, though. Rereading this one, I got a big compilation of the best of Joker stories here. Doing some prep for tonight. The old Neil Adams run, you got the laughing fish, the Joker fish, which is just so crazy but done so seriously. It's always a laugh. And the story where Joker's just picking off his old henchmen one by one as Batman tries to protect them. Really, that was a great turning point, I think, in the Joker we know now. How about you, Sizzle?
Never. I only really know him from the cartoon and the movies. Never really read Batman comics or anything. He came up every now and again in Justice League, so I did read Justice League.
Cool.
All I know is he's a psychopathic killer.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that pretty much sums up my understanding of him. He's not so psychopathic. He's more, I don't know what the word is. In the cartoon, he's not so psychotic. He's a little less killy, and a little bit more hurt.
He certainly skews a lot of differently. Sometimes he's more of a gangster. Sometimes he's an outright psychopath. Sometimes he's more of an anarchist. A lot of different takes you can do with that.
Yeah, I think I saw that summed up really well. There was somebody, I think I saw something on YouTube or whatever one time where Nicholson's one was kind of a mobster in a way, and Heath Ledger's was more of an anarchist.
Very true.
And I guess if we want to mention Jared Leto, he's more of a gangster, if you want to call it that. So there's a slightly different take each time, isn't there?
Oh yeah, Leto.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about him much, but
skimmed right over that.
At the risk of
Leto.
people. Yeah.
If you're watching Jared Leto, why not come on and comment?
My only issue with the Joker is the character casts such a long shadow that it kind of overshadows the amazing rogues gallery that Batman has. He has
Very
the
true.
best rogues gallery.
Yeah,
But
hands
there's so much focus on that one character that kind of outshines and takes focus away from that whole cast of characters. So that's my only issue with the Joker, which is more of an issue of readers and writers. So.
In 1990, DC had a rule to new writers saying you can pitch us any story, but we're vetoing any Joker story for 2 years, just to maintain quality control on the character, because they knew that's what everyone was gun for. Every time a new writer comes, it's I've got a Joker story. I think that's a good rule to have. I think they've gone back on it now, but if you reread those comics, it's when he does appear in tiny little specks before his big story, it's much more ominous.
100%.
Well, surely they can do something with all the other characters. They can push them a bit further. That's a
but everyone likes the glamour villains.
Well, make a name for yourself and have a go and make something special out of, I don't know, Clay. Who are they? Clayface, or is there one?
Yeah, there you go. Clayface.
Yeah, there's one.
Great choice. Anyone got a progress shot they're willing to show us?
Well,
sure.
Well, they are. Tom's moving along. Jeez. How many are you going to do? 2 or 3 tonight, are you, mate?
I'll try if I can.
Oh, look.
Sean,
Sean, beautiful.
Nice.
Fantastic, mate. You're
Well done,
moving
Sean.
along too.
Excellent.
Thanks.
I don't want to meet that in the dark alley.
No.
Mm.
Dave, what can you show us? You want me to maximize the screen, Sis?
Oh, sorry.
No, you're all
I'll
right.
do
Because I just got to figure out how. There we go. Oh, cool. Wow, look at that.
Awesome.
That's cool.
That big Richter screen, very nice.
Oof.
He's got it's a good face to draw because it's so caricature-y.
Yeah.
You can just distort it and go to crazy with it. So that's a good thing about a face like that.
Yeah, good to draw.
You can get away with long chins and long noses and elongated faces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You don't have to worry about proportions.
yeah.
Yep, exactly right. Have some fun with it.
Yep.
This is
No one else
definitely an
around?
easier one to draw. I'm horrible with faces, so yeah. And tiny heads.
Chris is in the darkness.
Yeah.
I think we're going to get like a big reveal or something.
So, Spedsy off holidaying.
Yeah, speaking of
of
holiday,
Spedsy, he did leave us a further video because he can't just, let me have any of the limelight. You want to play that for us?
so want to bring up the second one?
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah, rightio. It's your boy Spedsy. I'm just hanging out with old man Rufus here on the set of the new movie that Steven Spielberg's directing, of course, The Devil's Toilet versus Killaroo. And so this is one of our opening scenes here where this guy eats some poop off the ground. I didn't think this through. We might have to get a rewrite in this one. Yeah, this scene's not working for me. Steve? Steve?
Classic Spedsy.
Classic.
I can't believe he got Rufus on. That's amazing.
Oh. Let's try that again. Here we go. We've got the black screen. There you go, Chris.
You're on mute, Chris.
Oh, he's muted.
So here's a question. We've got the Joker. You've got Pennywise. You've got John Wayne Gacy. Has anyone got a nice clown that they know of?
Oh, mate, Ronald McDonald.
Bozo.
Come on.
Ronald McDonald, Charles
Crusty.
Whatever happened to Ronald McDonald, man? Like, one minute he was there, the next minute he was gone.
Yeah.
Did he get cancelled, or what was the go of that?
I mean, Grimace me too.
Possibly.
Yeah. I mean, I actually miss Hamburger the most. I mean,
Sorry.
That's Ronald McDonald calling.
Yeah.
ComX has been sued.
When I was a kid,
Sued by Jared Leto or Ronald McDonald? Sorry, Dave.
there used to be a show on telly called Bozo the Clown. And Bozo was on every day, and of course it was imported from America. And we used to watch it, and you wouldn't see anything like it. It's not polished enough now to be on the TV show. They wouldn't play it now, that sort of thing. But it was live and ad lib, I think, as they filmed it. They just had an audience of kids, and they'd choose one or two. A Butchie boy one of the kids would be Butchie boy, and he'd be Bozo's little helper for the day, or Butchie girl, or something like that was the other one. So but that was supposedly a good clown.
Okay, there you go. Good.
I don't. Not a good clown, but a new clown that I'm shit scared of is the art from the Terrifier. Anyone seen that?
Oh yeah, I've seen
that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally got, like most of us, got over our fear of clowns until I saw Terrifier, and this new clown called Art. Really, it's taken me back.
He looks like Joker.
Yeah,
his
he's a real
design.
nasty.
His design is more like the actual Joker from the comics.
Oh wow!
His face and all that. Yeah.
So anyway, if you get a chance to check out art from
It's
the
pretty good.
Terrifier,
Yeah,
yeah.
Make a note to do that right now.
Second one's coming as well, I think.
Yeah, the second one. That's
Part
that's
two,
right,
yeah.
coming out. I think the first one was enough. I think.
Remember back in 2016, there was that weird thing where like there was just creepy clowns. doing
I was
films
just
everywhere.
about to say,
my lord.
That was a fun little trend.
Was that wasn't a nightmare I had or something?
No,
Yeah.
that happened. That was horrific.
I
They
saw
just
one dude
stand there, right? Yeah.
back when I used to live on the Central Coast. One guy got arrested because he'd wear a clown costume and he'd drive around in the passenger seat of, I guess, a friend's car and yell boo to people who were waiting at like. By that point, the trend had gotten old. So people just like, wanting to drag him out of the car and were kind of just embarrassed for
The
him.
thought of someone doing that and then just like people just being like, "We're over it," like, just stop, dude. It's not. That's funny. 100%.
After COVID and everything, it's just super hard to phase people. The clown thing seems kind of cute now. I mean, I don't want to see one, but
We've got some progress from Chris Wood here. I'll bring that up.
Whoa.
Nice. Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
I love Nicholson there. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
That
Nice,
big
man.
hat. I think that's Alan Moore's. Not. I think that hat.
Yeah, very, very killing joke. That one.
That's the one. Definitely.
Now, I heard you saying they made a movie just about the Joker only. I didn't know that.
Something of an origin story, Dave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some argue it's a different Joker, but yeah.
And who was the actor in that one?
Not bad, but at the same time, it's certainly not without its faults.
Yeah.
But it was certainly a bold version. Yes, I've heard a musical.
Yeah, that sounds odd.
Lady Gaga's Harley Quinn.
Oh.
It was a really upbeat movie. That
Lady
one.
Gaga.
Yeah, it really pulled at the heartstrings. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, do we want to talk to Brenton now?
Yeah, sure. It's not too early.
I'll just find the correct video. Just give me a second.
Now it's that part of the show where we shine a big shiny spotlight on one of our creator friends. This week, we welcome
Name
and talk about their creative journey. Please, everybody, make some noise for
Name.
Welcome,
Brenton.
Okay, thank you.
Creator of these underdogs.
Underdogs, excellent. Thanks, Peter.
All right.
Hailing to us from Brew.
Slow there.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Did you want to hang on? Did you want to close up? There you go.
Nice.
There you go. Look at that.
Yeah.
Very cool. I was lucky to
Nice.
find this in a second-hand bookshop.
Oh, no. Someone's read it. But no,
Wow.
I don't
Now,
need it.
well,
It's thick.
now I need the
How many
first two
pages?
volumes.
Mm.
Hold it up
It
to
is
spine, mate.
it is
How
a
thick
real
is that?
monster of a book.
It's huge.
It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, it was a.
And every color just pops out. It's really bright. It's awesome.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank
mate.
you.
Well done.
Yeah.
So,
cheers, I know.
Tell us how you got into the story. How did you get into comics? Why comics?
Comics, yeah. Kind of growing in Broome. Kind of started when I was in primary school. I went to a Catholic school where sorry, I was a struggling reader. I didn't read and write very well. Like a lot of my cousins didn't. I mean, English wasn't our first language at home. We spoke Yaru and Creole, and Creole's like a mix of English, Aboriginal, and Malaysian.
Right.
But when we went to St. Mary's, we were like, the teachers were saying you have to speak English here, and
Wow.
so reading and writing was a problem for all of us, but me particularly. I had a lot of problems reading and writing, and like to the point, I made up my own alphabet. I made up my own words, my own numbers, and stuff like that. And I've told the story a few times. I was saying how Dad took me to a news agency, and found a Ghost Rider comic book and couldn't read it, but flipped it open. And first thing I saw was, Ghost Rider smashing the shit out of dudes. He whip chaining one guy, he ran another dude over, set him alight. And I couldn't. Even though I couldn't read, I was like, man, this is deadly. This is awesome. I need more of this. And that's what I did every week. I just got a different comic, and I didn't actually read the stories. I just draw the pictures, and I just keep drawing and drawing and drawing, and then eventually things like the characters' names. Like I think the Hulk was, Hulk was like the first name I learned how to read, just because how, like I found words that were the bigger the font, the easier it was to read, kind of thing. But to be continued. Right. Thing I learned how to read on my own. Every comic had to be continued in it, and then no, I just did that. I just kept like scribbling stuff at school and getting into trouble, and I wasn't allowed to have comics in class, so I just had to sneak them in. And then by the time I was in year 7, when I was 12, that's when I realized I read Tarzan from start to finish without anyone's help, without the teacher's help, and that's when I figured, I can actually read stuff, So that's how I kind of got into comics.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
So it was really entwined with your development of learning a language. It was right there from the beginning. That's cool.
Yeah. It was just something I kept doing throughout high school. Like I tried to do art, and I was the only boy in the art class. Like there's 20 other girls. I was related to all of them, so it's a small town. So I was the only boy.
Bad luck, mate. Small town.
Yeah. So and then the art teacher, this nun's sister Elena, I just drove her nuts. Like she didn't like the stuff that I was drawing, and I just didn't like doing any of the shit that she trying to get me to do. And she hated like Kiss, so I kept drawing like Ace Frehley and Gene Simmons on everything, and just the band members. And I was just trying to get her to snap, and then started drawing like all the satanic stuff, and I was never into it, but she lost her stuff, and she lost her shit, and then I keep saying, sorry guys. But no, she gave me this book. I just got out here. She gave me this how to draw superheroes, heroes and villains by
all right.
Yeah.
She came in, one day and just said, "Look, you don't listen to me. You don't do anything I say, but I hope this helps." And I read this book inside and out, back to front. I wouldn't let anyone else look at it. It taught me everything I wanted to know about drawing. Like I was okay at drawing, but drawing, like I guess how the pros did it, that's why I learned it. And learned it back to front. And then I found out like 12 months later that I was being shipped off to Albury-Wodonga to do year 11, year 12. I ended up. Well, I didn't steal the book. A cousin stole the book for me. That's how come I got it. That kind of set me on. So when I went to Albury-Wodonga, like it was just shit, because I made some really good friends, but I'd kind of gone from a town where it was like 80% Indigenous to a town where I was out of 1,000 students. It was me and my sister. We were the only Aboriginal kids in at Catholic College Wodonga, or CCW, and it was different. Really, really. That's when I experienced racism the first time there. Not very different. Yeah. But no, I saw it was cool. Made heaps of friends. Pretty unique experience, and then went to Goulburn's Oven Safe in Wangaratta, and just tried to do a visual arts diploma, which was super broad. Like it kind of catered for everything. It had nothing. It was the closest thing I could find into getting into comics. I completed the diploma, but the one thing I kind of took away from was everyone said, like, don't get into comics, don't get into children's illustrations. There's no industry, no one loves it here, and it's just a path. Yeah, so but it was kind of the only thing I knew. That's the only thing I only knew comics. So that's me. That's I had no other skills, so I'd come back to Broome and try to find work here. Couldn't get any. I got work as a bouncer in a nightclub for a little while, met my wife We're still together 20 years later. Yeah, and I guess that's how
Well done.
the thank you. Yeah, it's been a war zone, man. But no, it's been good, and I guess Ubbies came about with 2002. I moved to Adelaide. I was really homesick, and I started writing the story about Broome. And I've always been a horror fanatic. And Ubbies originally was a horror story, like it was a story about cannibals. Yeah, basically these cannibals that I'd heard stories about from my nan's generation.
Wow.
But yeah, and I kind of changed the story halfway because I wasn't really happy with it. It kind of made me feel more homesick. And once I kind of flipped the theme and made it more like a younger age group, and I was able to put those stories of my sort of childhood and my mum's childhood and my grandmother's childhood, and and that's how I started writing Ubbies. And kind of it was a nightmare looking for publishers. Trying to no one wanted to do this. 2002, like no one wanted to do a graphic novel. Every publisher I went to, just looking through the phone book, every single one of them said no. We don't do graphic novels. And first started Adelaide wide, then statewide, then everywhere, and everyone basically about 12 publishers all said no. We don't do graphic novels. We don't even know what graphic novels are. And then I finally approached Magabala, which is the publishing company here in Broome. Only a very small publishing house. But I kind of feared their rejection the most because I figured if I can't get anything published with my own sort of hometown publisher, then I've got no chance, sort of thing. So I kind of saved them last. Yeah, and, went to them, said, this is my thing. You're probably going to say no, but I'd love some feedback. But they didn't say no. They said, no, we don't know what a graphic novel is, but we're willing to give it a shot. So so that's what happened. We and for the next 6 years, we just worked on the manuscript and the art separately. And it wasn't until about 2008 when I put everything together that they turned around and said, "Oh, this is too big. We can't publish this. So either you make it smaller or you do something else." So that's why we break it into 3 parts. We break it into So I think I've got book one, book 2, and book 1 on there, book 2, and finally book 3.
When did you start on that, mate?
Sorry?
When did you start working on it?
2002.
2002. So 20 years.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, I started back in 2002. I finished around about 2008. That's when I had the bones, everything I needed for the story. But everyone just said, "Look, you got to go back and kind of start again." So that haircut I was bald back then. And like we're glad. The best thing we ever did was break it into parts. Because there was heaps of stuff. Even my editors didn't see the publisher. We had like characters, the same character in 2 different places at the same time. There were a lot of characters that just had, even though I loved them, they're even though I love them, they there's some characters with not a lot of substance in the story. So just having non-stop arguments with my editor and some of the other publishers who worked for Magabala saying, you gotta kill this baby, kill that baby, kill the. And I was like, no, they're my babies, So but no, we got the first book came out 2011. That was cool. That was nice. We're glad we did it. And then the second book was probably the Wolfgang Busma was my mentor through all 3 books. And Wolf was a huge help. He used to go in and bat for me a little bit. When none of us knew what we like. I didn't know anything about publishing, and my publishers didn't know anything about graphic novels. So Wolf was kind of like our voice of reason, and he was a huge help. And even today, still asking questions all the time. So the first book was a decent size. Second one came out 2013. The last one came out 2019. That was probably the one where there was probably the most the most. I just locked horns with everyone. Yeah.
What over, mate? What were you locking horns over?
Just how to end it. There was a lot of. There was a sort of. If I kind of had my way, which I'm kind of glad I didn't get after all, but it would have been actually a much bigger book, you know. And
yeah.
It was just like all these characters that I had to cut out in the first 2 books. I tried to cram them into the 3rd one, and then everyone was too much. No, you're jumping from scenes, and this is, and you know, like yeah, it was just one. It's basically the 3rd book's just one big street fight. That's it. The first 2 books are kind of like you getting to know everyone. The last one's like where everyone meets on a beach, and it's just one big massive Normandy war kind of thing. So yeah, it was we had a few people who were fantastic, you know, gave me a lot of feedback and gave me a lot of guidance, but it might have been too late for them to be in the process, you know, like had I met some of these people during book 1, I think we would have smoothed things out a lot better, but because they kind of came on board during the 3rd book, they were kind of at a disadvantage, you know. So still great. I still learned so much from everyone, but definitely never. Yeah, it's been great. The books have been awesome. Got to do some international travel. You know, the books made it to the US, yeah, which was
good on you, mate. Jeez, well done.
Thank you. Yeah, it was the best advice I got from the US though was make them smaller. That was it. Everyone said
smaller.
That's what everyone said. I had mums, you know, coming up to me saying, "Oh, my son's just read all 3 of your books this weekend," you know, and is there anything else you got? And I was like, that's taken me 16 years just to make it. Yeah, everyone just said that's the number one bit of advice was like maybe make it a bit smaller but more. So that was the whole point with the Hairy Holes and a few other projects.
So when you say smaller, you're saying less pages in each issue, each volume.
Yeah, much. Right. I think Wolf. We'll even talk to Wolf. He was saying like even 80 pages, which is sort of half the size of the first book. You know. Yeah, which I oddly enough, like it makes sense to do that, but when he told me this years ago, like I was just so against it, and I was like, pages, nothing to make.
So much of the creative process is hindsight and what you learn on the way. And
yeah. So it was really good to look back, and he was exactly right, you know, back then, and I'm kind of I guess growing storytelling.
Can you just hold them up the inside, Brenton, and show us what's inside, mate?
Yeah,
just flip one open.
That's book 1.
Oh yeah, just hold it still and let us have a look at some of that. Yeah.
You can't read it for free, Dave. Come on.
That looks great.
Thank you. It's been
awesome. Yeah,
it's been really nice. It's been nice to have him at. I think it's just Broome. It's still a pretty small town. I honestly don't know. Even my publishers, it's hard to get. You know, how I ask them how are the books doing in the outside world, and it's it's a sort of a mixed bag of responses. So
what sort of age group you're looking at for that?
I kind of always had I didn't fall I loved comics, but I didn't fall madly in love with comics until I was about 12, and I've always kind of kept that inner 12-year-old of myself kind of writing a lot of these stories, you know. Even at the age of 12, I was being exposed to a lot of a lot of stuff. I always kind of, especially with hubbies, I try to write for my inner 12-year-old, if that makes sense. But it's been across the board. Yeah, been having some lovely reviews by readers from all ages and from all over the place, which has been.
Have you got it in the libraries yet, mate?
I've seen it. I've been lucky enough to have it in the school libraries, and schools get me to do some. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't know how this book's going, how these books are going. The school libraries have been super nice.
That's good. That'll go well with the young'uns in the library. They should be scooping that up.
I hope so. I really do hope so. It's been a really big sort of learning curve, and most of the advice I get from my mentors, from the publishers, from people I work with is just make things a bit smaller.
And you're writing and illustrating?
Yes, writing and illustrating.
Good on you, mate. And colouring?
And colouring as well, yeah.
And doing the text?
So for the first 3, I'm now doing, now that I've got I feel like a bit of a caveman sometimes because I people talk about programs and what they use and stuff, and if it wasn't for Wolf, like I wouldn't know. I actually brought like the original artwork. I kind of inked and gouached and penciled, and when I brought it to Magabala, they were like, "We're not going to give you 12 hours to do one page." You've got, So and Wolf said like these are the, aim for the timelines. This is what you need to make the deadlines and stuff. So, and he was like, "Do you have an iPad? Do you have? What are you drawing on?" And I said, I don't even have a computer." So you need a Cintiq. You need a Mac. You need all this stuff, man. So
oh man. Wow. So who bought that for you? You have to go out and buy all that then?
Yeah. The so it was in Broome. Like no one had ever seen one, but I'd never seen one before. So
right.
We got the tablet first, Wacom tablet, and I just don't know if Wacoms are built for humidity. Like it doesn't read really well, and I think the first one just shut down, and then we got the first Cintiq, which I've had for almost 10 years, and it just recently died, and we've just got the latest one, which has been really nice. Been really, really nice. So yeah, all the coloring and using Clip Studio for the old champ comic strips that I do for the West Australian, where it lets me do all my lettering and speech bubbles and paneling and everything. Great program. I don't know if there's a better one out there, but I've really liked it. Yeah.
Just with the sheer scale of your books, the timeline that you're working on, and the thickness of the books, did you find your creative process quickened up as you went with each page?
Yeah. It was almost like moment. It literally was like the steam train where like things would happen because of my kids hate comics. I don't blame them. I kind of spent their entire childhood, with scraps of paper around them and stuff. So my eldest daughter's starting to become a lawyer, and she'll never pick up a comic book again. She'll never. So my son's he just became jiu-jitsu champ. He's loves his jiu-jitsu, and my youngest is at boarding, and all three of them they love the movies. No one in my family's read Ubby's Underdogs. They feel like they don't need to. They've seen enough of it. It's been sort of, but yeah. So it was sort of like I'd get in these nice big swings, and there were a lot of times where I didn't think I was getting anywhere with it, and I'd put it away, and then just like a bad itch, like I keep coming back, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and like literally I bled on some of the pages, and I had to use Photoshop. Nosebleed. Had a few nosebleed.
Jackson Pollock in you, mate.
Yeah. No, all unintentional. But yeah, it was a really long process, and I found like the more I did it, yes, the faster I got, but the more productive I got, the more sort of temperamental and antisocial I got, and and at the time it would have been really hard for my wife because she was the one that really had to put up with me. I look back in hindsight now, and I think I don't know how she put up with me. At the time, I was like, "You're so lucky to be with me. I'm going to be a millionaire." But no, that's not the case, and she's had to put up with a lot of shit. So
sounds like you got a good muse then.
Yeah, she's my own woman. This one, so she's hardcore Italian, I think. So they build them tough.
And more hobbies in the future?
Yeah, that's the plan. It's been a bit we kind of said after the third one, after the US trip, let's see how it goes. I've always had planned like another 9 books, like where Abby, you get to see her kind of grow up, and she, by the time I finished the Abby series, she's a grown woman. And that's why I had another project that's it's called Spear Fox, which basically is like the because Abby's a setback just after the war, because that's when Broome was really a crazy place. Spear Fox are sort of like a modern generation of Underdogs kids. So there was a lot of stuff that I want to kick off now that finally it's just taken a long time to sort of get the green light, I guess, from my publisher, from Magabala. Yeah. So but no, I've got a lot of stuff I want to get off my chest. So
that's good.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it comes to fruition. That'd be amazing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Yeah. that was supposed to. Yeah. Kids were using it as a frisbee once. They were throwing it, eating off it, and I was like, "That's not what it's for."
Did anyone else have any questions for our esteemed guest?
Yeah, I was going to say, Brenton. I was going to ask rather. So, all the years you're working on the comic, you're doing that in your spare time, and you're working during the day. And like, what was that sort of balance? Because I know that's a big thing to strike.
Yeah, I'll open it because you guys are like mine, and I'm already loving you guys. You guys are super awesome. Yeah, this is the kind of yeah, it did. Yeah, so it did take a toll on me. So I was a security guard in a bank. This is sort of like the early 2002, 2005. I was a security guard in the bank. I was a bouncer on the weekends, and I'd basically just work on ubbies when I became a bit of a night owl. So I was just sort of being a dad while my baby daughter was, in waking up. By the time everyone was asleep, I'd be working on ubbies, and then I didn't stay. I kind of slept really like a bad teenager. Like I just slept wherever I felt was necessary, and but there was really no real structure. Then I got a traineeship in RSA, which was really awesome because it was just meant a regular income. Like between the security jobs, it would always be a few months here, a few months there. It never took. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. For that was 2006, 2007. That was probably the best, like a regular income, regular sleep. I'm spending my weekends with my daughter. I'm getting a couple of hours in, a day to work on ubbies. I got into government. I was working in state services in South Australia, and by then, my second and third child. So what I do is I during the day I'd do be dad as much as I could, and I'd wait till everyone was asleep, which is usually about 10 p.m. and then from 10 to 1 in the morning I'd work on the ubby stuff, and then 1 to 6 a.m. I'd get up and just go back to work again. And that was my pattern, I guess, for the next 4 years up until end of 2009. I think that's when things started to crack a little bit, and I stopped sleeping. People at my work, I was a correspondence officer. I was basically an admin, and people in the office were noticing some strange behavior, just dumb shit, dumb stuff. And then even my boss,
we all do dumb shit, mate.
Yeah. No, I said I can't. I basically snapped and said I can't do this anymore. And that's how I picked up all my stuff and came back to Broome and left my wife and children, and any other one probably would have gone her separate way too. But she was brave enough to pick up our lives and follow me here, and we've made a life in Broome, and everything's been the complete opposite. It's been really nice. I've traveled the world. Yeah, my kids are loving it. My kids are all
that's great.
And then yeah, sorry, but that was a long answer, I guess.
No, that was great.
That's great.
Yeah, awesome answer.
Yeah.
Anyone else, or are we ready to show some art? Or
what's the time? Gee,
you got 5 to 9.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So TikTok.
You can zoom into mine anytime you want. It doesn't matter to me.
Could you do that quick? Because I just need to download some art.
Sure. And I'll cue some beats up.
Oh man.
Yo, give me some.
Nice work.
Beautiful, mate. Look at that.
Oh, very cool.
If you based that on anyone in particular, Dave, is there a...
I'm looking in the mirror.
Stretched out, Dave.
No, it's not based on any particular one, just a crazy face. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Loving it.
And I'm just using normal coloured pencils. These are not watercolour pencils this time, so I won't be adding water to this lot. But I'll try and make these a bit richer, these colours, if I can. I'll go over them a few different colours and try and bring out or make it a bit more vibrant if I
Nice
can.
one.
What colour lips does he have? Red lips, doesn't he?
Red.
Yeah.
Like a clown.
Big white red. Sometimes lipstick, sometimes from.
Cool. I'm caught up on the art.
Well, okay. Did you want to show that one first then?
What I'll do first is
Yep.
we had some latecomers to Optimus Prime last week, so we'll just show off
cool.
theirs.
All right.
Nice.
This one's by
Ooh.
Brad
Wow.
Ainsworth. Hopefully, I'm getting that right, Brad.
That's cool. Very dark. I like that.
Good one, Brad. Good on you, mate.
Hmm.
Well, almost looks like a lino cut.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, not wrong. It does, yeah.
And then we've got Pete Fairfax sent this one in the next
Oh,
day,
very
so
nice.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh, good on you, Pete. Ripper, mate.
Oh, nice. I like that one.
Let's roll
Yeah,
out.
very nice. With that red background.
Okay, now let's get on to the Jokers.
Please.
First off the rank is Sean Craig. Bring it up twice just in case. He's gone for the Joker 66.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Good on you,
Beautiful.
Sean. That's a ripper.
Caesar
That's
Romero.
beautiful.
Very
Well
nice.
done.
Beautiful.
Yeah, which one's that? That's from the Batman series, is it, that one?
That's right.
Yeah.
Fun fact:
Well
he
done.
styles his moustache. If you watch the show, they used to just paint over.
Yeah,
it.
he said
Yeah.
he purposely skipped his moustache in this one. That was actually in his comments.
That's a good call. Well, that looks amazing, Sean.
Yeah, really good.
Nice.
And then the worst one here for the night, we have Sizzle.
What are you talking about?
Fine.
Good on you, Sid.
That
That's
one's
not half
penciled, and then I even went to the effort to ink this week.
Oh wow!
Oh, yeah.
Good job, mate.
Nice. You got the good line.
Yeah.
Just taking a pen over the pencils. That's all my inking is.
Yeah, you went to-
Way too hard on yourself.
So there's my Joker.
Good stuff.
Very good.
my Joker, actually, I remembered the moustache.
There you
But anyway,
go.
Oh, you did.
I did.
They should have just dyed it green.
Okay, so next is Peter Wilson's.
Woo!
Who's that? I can't
Dunno.
see it. Ah,
Nice.
Ooh.
That's
I like
nice.
that. Misshapen teeth. That's cool.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Mad.
Good one, Pete. Well done,
Yeah.
mate.
Awesome stuff.
Thank you, mate.
I'm just getting some hearts. So we'll leave that up for a second.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
I was going to ask Pete Wilson, what
Yeah.
have you been doing, mate? I haven't seen you for ages.
What haven't I been doing? No, not much really. I started a new day job, so that's been keeping me busy. But it's in a good routine now, so
Mhm.
back here with a vengeance.
Okay.
Nice.
All right. As long as you.
I wish it was a more exciting answer for you,
Out
but
of
yeah.
mischief, mate.
Yeah,
And
it's good stuff.
oh, sorry.
No, you're right. I'm done.
We have the May run now.
Ooh,
It's quite
There
the
we go.
run. Dan May did two, so we'll bring up his first.
bloody hell.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, look at the other fleck.
Oh, wow. Good on you, man.
Cool.
Minister.
Bloody beautiful.
Love that bruising.
And then he did
Bloody
this one.
beautiful, mate.
No, that's cool too. Look at that. More
Oh,
stylized. That's
that's
awesome.
Dan as well, is it?
Yeah, it's Dan as well.
Wow.
Champion.
Love that stuff, Dan.
Champion.
Yeah.
Bloody nice.
I like the
Very
Playing cards,
good.
very nice touch.
sharp lines on that one.
Nice collar.
And Michelle went and did two as well.
Ah,
Bit of a theme
hey,
tonight,
well,
actually.
beer coaster.
Double or nothing.
Is it just me or is it getting crazy out there? Very good.
Very cool.
Very good. That's on a beer coaster. Very good.
Yeah, looks like it.
It's kind of like a character study she's done there. That's cool.
I used to think. Oh,
Bit of a scene from the movie.
Yeah, very nice.
yeah, that's well painted. Well done. Very good, Mish.
And even though Nick May's not here tonight, he still sent something in.
Look at that. Good one, Nick.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Fish.
yeah.
What does the fish mean?
There's
No
a story where he poisoned the fish in Gotham to have a big grin like him, and then he basically terrorizes people to trademark it after him so he gets money from it. Just a very weird Joker story.
Right.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And we've got another May. Lulu.
Oh, right.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh,
Man,
nice.
that one was very popular amongst the audience. You guys,
Yeah, it is.
That
Nice.
was very good. Who did that?
I didn't.
So what was that, Dave?
Who did that one, Sis?
Lulu May.
Wow.
Nick May's daughter.
Right.
Fantastic.
What a business.
Yeah. Well, they said she was a good artist, so
They weren't lying.
they weren't telling little porkies.
No, well, it runs in the family because Bryony
does.
did one as well.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
yeah, cool.
Man,
Wow.
fantastic.
Big
Good on
Yark
you,
and
Bronny.
Phoenix fans, I guess.
The Mazes bloody cornered the market. Well done.
Well, Joaquin Phoenix one, huh? They're good.
Yeah,
No,
very
I-
popular.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I was trying to think, is he the only Joker with the nose? Is that correct?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's a big crooked one.
No one else has got the.
No, I don't think. I think you're right there. They don't.
Yeah.
What's that you're saying?
So the nose.
A nose?
Nose maker. Nose maker.
No nose.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. And we have Sam Maroney has sent this in. She has been watching for a long time. And she
Oh,
finally
right.
got the courage to send
Oh.
something in.
Oh, good on her.
Goodness, Sam. That's a
Wow, that's
ripper.
Great, look at that.
That's great.
Oh, yeah.
All those little details
And
there. Really cool.
she has followed tonight's trend and sent in 2.
Oh, yeah. That's a ripper, too.
Oh, that's cool.
Why is the audience throwing us up?
Nice. Yeah.
Now that you got that out of the way, we expect one every week, right? So
Yeah.
well done.
I
Please
expect
send
two.
more. Send more.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very well done.
Fabulous.
And
Yeah.
Hugh McGowan sent one in.
Ah, the
Oh,
Gotham.
yeah.
Gotham
Awesome one.
Oh,
Okay.
From
That's
skimmed
good,
over.
Yeah, well
Yeah.
done, mate.
Wow, he caught the actor's likeness.
Great
Spot on.
pose.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's probably the joke I'd at least know.
Yeah, that's a ripper, that one.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in there. You
Downloading
know.
more art here.
The more I look at it, it's great.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And Manuel Bow, I hope that's how it's pronounced.
Oh, very good.
It's fun. Oh, that's great. That's so good.
That's a ripper, that one. Bloody Bonza.
So we're getting some comments in.
Who did that one?
This one, Manuel Bow, I think it's pronounced.
What's the deal with Batman?
Manuel. Manuel,
Manuel, sorry.
maybe. Manny Bow.
Bow. Oh, is it Bow, is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And we've got Tony Menzies sent one in too.
Oh, good man.
Oh, yeah.
There he goes. Yeah.
Cool.
Tom Waits, maybe?
Good on you, Maestro.
Cool.
Very well done,
Looks
of course. We'd expect no less.
That's right, Spedgy. You missed it.
Yes, agreed. You have to come back, Tom. Spedgy just said.
Happy to.
Yeah, good luck getting the hosting gig back, buddy.
I like it. What do they say? Never take a day off work, right?
That's right. I've been in wings this whole time.
Yeah.
Okay, and Rob O'Connor sent one in.
Man, what a turnout tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've still got a bit to go.
That's fantastic.
Oh, that's cool.
Rob O'Connor.
Yeah,
That's super cool.
Rob.
That's a ripper, Rob. Well done. He's got one of them bloody buzzers in his palm, right?
Yeah.
Sharp one.
Antoine got a little hard under the collar.
Oh, yeah, it's not a buzzer,
Yes.
it's a bloody thumbtack. The drawing pin.
Okay.
If it's just a tag, you're lucky.
And following the craze again, we've got Davo77 sent two in.
Oh, good on you.
Hell yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I love that hair.
Oh, Dave.
Nice. You'll see it.
Yeah, ripper, mate.
Nice.
And then he sent in a colour one.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I was going to say he's a bit slack. He didn't put colour on, but there you go.
I like the hook nose is cool.
Yeah, that's a nice touch.
It looks like one of your Kiss guys, Brenton.
Yeah. Actually, it is not.
And then Chris has sent one over to me, Chris Wood.
There we
Well
go.
done, mate. Very good, Chris.
Oh, that's cool.
I
That's
only did one.
a nice touch.
Can only get one in, but yeah. Very fun to draw, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're good.
Tiny
Yeah,
little
good
people.
character, isn't it, to draw?
Oh, wow. I'm getting. Okay, cool. Hang on, sorry.
You're right.
All good.
We can look at Chris's artwork. It's all good. There's something orcish about it. Sort of goblin-y.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm getting Green Goblin vibes, eh? It's like like a mashup, but it's good. So good. The hat.
Yeah, I think without the color, it's a little. You have to rely on, I think you rely on the color a little bit with the lips and that, and the skin.
Yeah.
As like the cues for the Joker a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's well done,
Okay.
mate. I like your hatching and that in there. It's very good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, cheers.
Brad Pickersgill sent his over.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey, there he is.
I just hey, you should be proud of me. I actually added color tonight.
Yeah, nice.
Great lettering as well.
Extremely quotable Joker, the Nicholson one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there was just so many great quotes.
Yeah.
Where do you
And what did you colour that with? Markers, have you?
just Copic markers, mate? Yeah.
Yeah, bloody good, mate.
Just baby steps, mate. I'm baby steps into colour. Come on, take it.
Looked like pretty good steps to me.
Good thing about Joker is like the colours just complement the red and the green on the white face.
Yeah.
Like you just like you can draw the best Joker picture ever, and all you got to do is just add the red lipstick and the green hair, and it's a totally different picture.
You got it right. And you've nailed it.
Yeah.
And I got yours, Alistair, if you're wondering.
Yeah, speak up, Alistair.
Nice and gruesome. I love it.
Yeah.
That's
so
all right.
That's
I didn't
cool.
need to sleep tonight. That's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Good
Yeah,
job,
that's-
mate.
Oh, very good, Alistair.
That's
well
not
done,
horrific
mate.
at all. That's great. I'm getting vibes from what was that movie about the watership down? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep, definitely.
There's a crossover I never need to happen.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Mine one's done as well.
Yep, I'll just bring you up, buddy.
Here we go.
Oh, nice.
That's good.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Look at the hair.
Oh, that guy.
Look at that chin. Love it.
Whoa.
That reminds me of the last bouncer that I had to get past to get into the last place I went out. That's awesome.
That's
Very
the
good.
William Dafoe of Jokers, I reckon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Thanks.
nice, buddy.
Well done, Dushan.
Thanks.
And you want to turn Tom?
Yeah, sure thing. I'll hold up.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, good one.
That's awesome.
Oh, that's
Well
great.
done, mate.
Reminds
Yeah,
you of
a little Joker card. Batman on it. Yeah.
That's got a lot of character, man.
What did you use for the color on that one, Tom?
That's watercolor pencils.
All right. Yeah, good on you, mate.
Cheeky.
Super.
Love that style, man. That's cool.
I'll send you to you later, Shane.
Very good.
Oh, someone loves the rabbit.
No.
All right, I think I've pretty much finished mine there.
Awesome.
Dave does it again.
Like Brad said, once you have those lips, it just is there.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened here.
It's really good.
Brilliant.
Fantastic, man. Good job.
Looking awesome.
Good on you. Thank you.
Brenton, I saw you frantically drawing there. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good idea before I put it down on paper, but
Like a pimpin' Joker. I love it.
He's got
I love the Batman drawing.
Like a Aboriginal. I don't know. I was thinking about like an Aboriginal Joker. Like, what would he look like if he grew up in
totally
worst neighborhood in the
I like it.
and
grew up all green.
Yeah, dreadlocks.
Brilliant.
Big crooked teeth. I tried to. I don't know if I'd color rather than use the lipstick, maybe like a blood lipstick. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the idea was there, and there used to be a phobia of there's some stories, but we've got a story here growing up about a smiling demon that's his only dead giveaway. That he can shapeshift, and he has a pretty nasty smile. And I was like, oh, that's what I'm going to do, and
nice.
Well, I don't know. I think I've lost it. Anyway, he's got dreadlocks. I think
You did great. It's awesome.
That's awesome. Super cool.
Ripper, mate. Very well done.
Agreed.
Is that everyone?
Yeah, even me. I didn't forget myself for once.
Is it perhaps time for Spezzy's third video?
Oh, yes. I'm glad you remembered.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We really missed Spezzy tonight.
Steven Spielberg. Yeah, it's your boy, Spezzy. I know I'm not your boy. The Devil's Toilet deal fell through. I totally understand. You signed a multi-million-dollar deal with the Foes and Peter Wilson. I was there. Yep. Keeps me awake all night. Yeah. Oh, dreams dashed and all that. Well, no, yeah, I'm still in LA. No, heading home soon. No, I know the dream is dead. I know. But what if I told you I have an exciting new IP? My name's Dirt. I know, but look, it's called Detective Budgie. All created by me, yeah. And he's the only bird in Avian City that can fly. The studio wants nothing to do with me. I understand that, but just if you'd hear me out, what if I said that the town that the Detective Budgie is from is called Bustle, and there's like a battle for Bustle. Yeah, and then there's like a dropship. Dropship 15. They come in and Lee is I understand. Stephen, just hear me out. There's a library, and there's an Arctic fox. It's like in a cavern. It's like a Sky's cavern library. No, there's no toilets in it. No. There's a roller cop. 2000. All right. No, I understand. Okay. Bye. Peter Wilson wins again. Peter Wilson.
Bad luck.
Sorry, Spezzy. Some of us have got it.
No, well.
Some of us fail and go on holiday instead of hosting duties.
Well, you know what this means, don't you? Pedge is going to be back next week because he's got no bloody more reason to be over in Hollywood.
He's looking to come back as a guest anytime. Shameless self-promotion?
Shameless. Ollie won't. Nice.
All right.
And yet it's time for that part of the night where we all shamelessly promote ourselves.
Hey, what about talking?
This poor person is looking through the newspaper for info on what projects our artists have been working on. And this lost individual is using a map to find where she can follow our artists on social media and buy their books. How about we save them the trouble and just tell them? We call this next segment shameless self-promotion.
And I know what you're yelling out, Dave. It was the animation, wasn't it? Yeah.
No,
That
I'm
after the
saying
promotion.
I want to talk to Tom.
Oh, okay.
Tom, tell us all
Yeah.
about yourself, mate.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I tend comics wise, I run a daily cartoon. So yeah, I'm going 2,000 something days now.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's on Facebook. So this is the shameless plug section, yes?
No,
That's right.
Yeah,
we
go for it.
get to meet you, wouldn't it?
None of us have shit.
Yeah. So I'm on Facebook at Tom Tung Comics and Instagram at Tom_Tung. And also, this is great timing because I also help organize the Melbourne Comic Creator Meetup. So if you're in Melbourne on the first Saturday of any month at the Clyde Hotel in Carlton, we have a meetup open to anyone making comics who happens to be in the area.
Awesome.
Oh, that's great, man.
Don't worry,
Yeah,
Dave. We're going to have Tom on as a special guest soon. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have plenty of time to talk to him. He'll be on.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I just thought tonight was the first time I've ever met Tom
Yeah,
before,
true,
and I just thought, geez, mate, I'd like to know a little bit about you and hear what you're doing and where you're coming from.
No, thank you. I've seen your stuff around, Dave. So it's great to actually get to talk to you.
Yeah. Oh, okay, mate. Yeah. Well, thanks. Nice to hear that, and well, hopefully, we get to see you again for sure. Okay. Well, I'll get away from it, and I'll let you take it away, Sis.
If you don't mind.
Well, I guess that means it's my turn then. I'll go with my normal chopping off your faces and going for the ComX shop, www.comx.shop. Indie comics, Australian indie comics from all over Australia, all in one shop, all for one postage rate of $9 within Australia. So buy as many comics as you want, and it's still just $9 in Australia. I just got to note that because I got a message from someone going, "Where's my $9?" So yes, within Australia. That's and I'll do Alex's bit because he's not here. So remember to like the video. And subscribe to the channel.
Like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Over to you, Peter.
Right, you can find my stuff in ComX Presents at the ComX store, where you can find Foes and Crimson and Rascal. Both comedies, both written and drawn by me. You can find me on Instagram by Peter Wilson.
Just bring that up for us, Sis.
Hey, thanks, Dave.
That's
Awesome.
from the great Peter Wilson himself.
Sweet.
Oh, that's right. When you buy something, you get a little sketch like that.
Good on you, Pete. Thanks, mate. Much appreciated.
No, thank you for showing that.
No, good on you, mate. Great stuff.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
I'm quick. You can follow me at Detective Budgie on Instagram. I'm trying to post more often. I post older. I post videos. I'm going to get really into my social stuff. So those new followers, I appreciate. Head on over at Detective Budgie on Instagram. Dushan.
Yeah, I got my comic Liceray on comic shops. You can buy that.
Awesome.
There. And you can find me on Instagram at Silva Dushan. And Facebook Art of Dushan Silva. And Liceray Comic also is on Facebook as well. Yep.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, cool.
Dave?
My stuff is available in the comic shop and also through Owner Indie. That's about all I've got to say. I've said enough, I think, tonight. Over to you, Dad.
Never, Dave, never.
No, no. Yep. I've got some stuff coming out hopefully in the new year. I think it has been moved out a little bit, Sis, if you correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, it's been moved out a bit. Sorry to say.
On the noir series, got my story called The Miner coming up. I won't make the same joke as I did last week about Prince Andrew. You can follow me on the Face at BP Art Brisbane and on the Gram at BP Arts Brisbane. So, thanks again for having me. And Sean, your stuff looks great, man. I'm going to go out and get some of that, man. That looks just amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah,
second one, so I'm working on the second one right now.
Nice.
Good on you, mate.
Good on you, Deshaun.
When's that going to be out, Dushan?
Hopefully end of the year. I'm doing I have finished the penciling and now I'm doing digital ink, then have to color it. And then I'll do a Kickstarter for that.
Nice.
Send some comics to Cecil to sell on Comic Shop.
Comic Shop.
No.
Yep. Good stuff.
Give the people what they want.
Chris?
Yeah, you can find my stuff on Instagram at Chris Wood Inc. every week. Well, every week that I'm on, where I have to say that, I have to double check that that's actually my username, and it indeed is. And it's mostly my name. Yeah, I'm in a weird in between at the moment for projects. Some of them show up on my Instagram. I do a weekly cartoon for a company called Regen, which is really cool, and that's usually up there as well. But yeah, thanks for having me on again. I appreciate it.
Good
Pleasure.
to see you, mate. Good to
Love
see
having
you.
you.
Good to see you, bud.
Thanks, guys.
You gonna give it a go, Alistair?
Sure. How is it at the moment?
Good.
Yep,
good. Okay. This Tuesday, myself and a bunch of other comic artists will be appearing at the Knox Street Bar in Chippendale at an event called Read to Me, where comic artists read their work live.
Oh, wow. Cool.
That's
So
Chippendale in Sydney. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. Yeah. So that's with artists such as Fionn McCabe, Jane Harriott, Miles Mazzucato, Lewis Lagman, Tim Burden, Charles Yonkin, Haley Dennison, and myself.
Oh, wow.
Excellent.
Awesome. Sounds good.
So, if you want a drink and listen to my dulcet tones reading my horrible comics, then please come along.
Sean Connery, go for your life, mate.
Thanks very much.
And once more from our special guest, Brenton, where can we find your stuff?
Magabala Books, Dimix, from what I've seen, we can find book 1, book 2, book 3, or even just on the Facebook and Instagram. I didn't mention it last week, but I've got getting some merch. We just finally got myself a website called I Am Ezra or brentonmckenna.com. Which I should have had ages ago, but like I said, the going through my caveman phase where I'm still learning about this thing called technology. So we kind of just did a facelift on my Facebook and Instagram accounts, and now having the website where we're going to sell books and obviously some other merchandise, t-shirts and some other stuff. So it's going to be an interesting year next year. I think I'm looking forward to 2023, kicking off some good stuff, and hopefully Harry Holes will be out there in the rest of the world, and definitely got the green light to do some more Ubby stuff. So I'm looking forward to doing that.
That's awesome.
Oh, good stuff.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Brenton,
yes.
Just what was that website? I'm Ezra, did you say?
Sorry. I'm trying. It's Ezra with a ESZRA.
Oh, right. ESZRA.
All right, yeah. So Ezra's my if you go around Broome saying Brenton McKenna, no one will have any idea who you're talking about. Ezra's the name. Yeah. It's sorry, for the confusion. So we just figured, in the outside world, Ezra's probably a good website name, I guess. Yeah.
Right. Okay, mate. I just wanted to clear that up. So
no, cheers,
mate. Good on you.
Good thinking.
And now it's time for the thing I forgot.
Yes, animation.
The animation. So this is from Alex Major, for those who don't know.
Thank you for getting it done,
Just did a
Alex.
quick one this time.
Yeah, that's
And that
cool.
is Ben Kitty. He reminded me to say Ben Kitty is available in the ComX shop. Ben Kitty issue 1. So, thanks, Alex.
Nice. You can follow Alex at what's it called?
Sloppy Bunny Tunes on
Sloppy Bunny.
Instagram, and he's changed his name on TikTok, so I don't know what that is.
That's right. You have to do something.
That's right, Kerry. They do.
What do you reckon, Tom?
It's just
Give me a few years.
It's just because the rest of us can't afford raises, man. So you know,
They're expensive.
Hey, I thought I'd draw the person here with the best lighting. So have a quick look around. What do you guys think?
Nice.
You look so moody, man.
Yeah.
This is a good reference lighting for drawing.
You could be in a horror movie.
I know, man. Yeah. Good evening.
Moves, I'm leaving.
Still working out the studio.
No, it looks good. Don't change anything, mate.
And I'll quickly just throw this up.
Yep.
Peter's wearing one. You can get these from redbubble.com. Just do a search for ComX community and they come up.
They're really
Sorry
good.
someone stole it, but they've been taken down.
What's that? What's the go with that, mate? What did you say?
Someone stole the art and then started selling the shirt on their own.
What?
Yeah. If you go to his page, it looks like he's stolen a lot of art, to be honest. So I was just one of many.
I'm going to blame Putin. I reckon it was Putin.
Well,
He's been up to a lot of stuff lately.
Yeah, I tell you what, the more I hear about him, the less I like him.
Yeah, that's right. He used to be a stand-up guy. Why can't we go back to fuzzy, just like cuddly Putin, man? Like,
Lost his way.
yeah, he's gone off the rails, man.
Yeah. One way to put it.
All right. Well, are we done? Is that everything?
I think
The
we are.
agenda.
Everyone's shown their pics.
Okay, beautiful. Well, in that case, thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for all your comments. Thank you to our new guests. I'm sure we'll see more of you in the future.
Damn straight.
And
I have anything to do with
great.
it.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thanks to all the contributors who sent their
Thank you for everyone who's getting stuff in. That was
Thanks,
amazing.
fellas.
We love it more than anything.
Thanks for having me.
So Chris, see you, buddy. You guys.
Hang around.
Cheers all.
Someone should call the police. The show has been murdered. But in 1 week we will rebuild it. Better, stronger, faster. In the meantime, head to comx.shop and powder your chestnuts on a copy of Detective Budgie by Nick Cleary, Amazing Tales by Dave Dye, Vamoose by Nick May, Battle for Bustle by Lee Chalker, Radical by Ed Kearsley, Sluggish by Spedsy, Crimson and Rascal by Peter Wilson, ComX Presents featuring so many of the creators that have appeared on this show. And so much more. Alright sis, press the button. And the